So I don't plan on going skydiving anytime soon. I don't do any extreme sports. I am planning maybe to go kayaking soon, but I'm not traveling much anymore. So do I really need a GoPro? In this video, I'm going to talk about if a GoPro is really necessary these days. Let's get into it. My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech. Everyday tech for everyday people. Today we're talking about GoPros and talk about whether or not you need one. Now, I don't do any extreme sports, and I don't do those activities that are usually shot by a GoPro. But in this video, I'm going to talk about different scenarios I use a GoPro. Now, here I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now, this is not a review on this particular model of the GoPro, but depending on the scenario, this might be the model to go with, even though they have a GoPro 8, 9, and 10. But I'll get into that later. So let's get into the different ways I actually use a GoPro. First use case scenario that I mentioned is for vlogging. Now, you can use your phone to vlog, but our phone is a multi-use device. Actually, our whole lives run on our phones. So there's something to be said about having a dedicated gadget for shooting video. Now, this can do photos, of course, and I've used it in the past, but it's mainly used for shooting videos. So having some dedicated device makes you want to shoot more. And of course, this has awesome stabilization. Ever since the GoPro 7 all the way to the 10, you have very good stabilization. Now, if you want to improve on that, you can get a dedicated gimbal like this 3-axis gimbal. And of course, there's something about the GoPro look. It's a very wide angle lens, so you don't have to, put it out so far. And then of course you can use a dedicated camera like I'm using my Sony here. And a lot of people do use their bigger cameras for vlogging, but there's something about this light, compact gadget that you can put in your pocket and take it everywhere with you. So now I'm using my GoPro as a vlogging camera here. I have it on my gimbal, so it's a little bit more stable. Even though the stabilization on this GoPro is really good, having it on a gimbal makes it that much better. I can kind of walk around a little bit in my room here. One thing to note is you need to have really good lighting for a GoPro. So I'm inside my room, so I turn on all the lights just to get better lighting, but outdoors it works great. Once you get a low light and your pictures get a little bit grainy because of the sensor size there. The other thing you'll notice is the audio isn't the best. If you want to use an external audio or mic, then you'll need an adapter for any version of the GoPros. But the problem is you may or may not be able to use a gimbal, so you might have to rely on the stabilization on the GoPro itself, which is not necessarily a bad thing either. So this is just a sample of me vlogging on a GoPro. And then not just for vlogging, but content creation in general. I like using my GoPro here as an overhead shot. It gives me a nice perspective of what I'm trying to show. And because it's so lightweight and it gives me such a wide angle, I could just really mount this anywhere. So it's very versatile in that sense. And sometimes in the car, I like to mount this on the windshield to get a different perspective. And I'm going to be shooting a video at the end of the month in the car when I'm in California. So I'm really excited about that video. So stay tuned for that video. Just a little sneak peek there. And then of course I can use this as a behind the scenes camera because it's so wide as far as the field of view is concerned, and I can mount this anywhere. I like to give a different perspective of different events that I've been doing as far as hybrid events and different events in general. So this is a nice way to get those shots that I need. And then the last use case I'll mention is using a GoPro as a webcam. And I do this a lot. Now later GoPros does have a webcam mode. You can download a software on your computer to use the GoPro as a webcam, but the quality is not as good as getting a dedicated feed out of the GoPro. Now later GoPros do require the media mod to get the clean HDMI out. So this is where nice thing about the GoPro 7 Hero Black is it does have a dedicated HDMI port to get a clean HDMI feed out of the camera, and then I feed it into a capture card. So I'm going to switch to it right now. As you can see, it's very wide. It's actually in linear mode, so it can even be wider. And I love using this camera for hybrid events. So So I have my mirrorless camera here to get a tighter shot on the speaker, but then I like to switch to this camera in wide angle view to get kind of the overall picture of the whole scene. So this is a very versatile camera to have for your live streams, hybrid events, any online meetings that you may have. So I reached out to a friend and fellow content creator, Ash, and get her perspective on this topic. Now, Ash is a fellow YouTuber who's had a number of successful YouTube channels, and lately she's been releasing a lot of videos on her Dash with Ash in Canada, where she takes you along the ride and tells you her experiences of delivering for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and other food services.
Do you really need a GoPro? Well, my short answer is no, but my realistic answer is it's based on your content. Take my content, for example. I do food delivery services and I vlog it along the way. So for vlog style videos, it makes perfect to utilize a GoPro. For mine, for example, I like to record when I'm at the restaurant picking up the customer's food, or even when I'm dropping it off at their location and I'm entering the building. I take my GoPro and I attach it to a chest mount that goes across my chest, so it makes it as a lot more better dynamic when it comes to making my videos. But for our talking head videos, for example, right now, then this is a mirrorless camera. Would I use a GoPro camera when it comes to this style video? Nope. And do you honestly truly need a GoPro? No, you can just utilize something like your cell phone with either a gimbal if you're trying to make the balanced content, or you can just simply use your cell phone altogether. There's no wrong answer in the mix, but it's all dependable on your content.
So, do you need a GoPro? Well, like Ash said, it depends. If you're one who does a lot of activities, such as motorcycling, surfing, any kind of extreme sports, well, you probably already have a GoPro or already planning to get one. For content creators who need something lightweight, versatile, a GoPro is a must. But in general, for most people, you don't need a GoPro. What happens is you will initially get the GoPro, you'll shoot a lot in the beginning, but then you'll barely use it. Or when you go on vacation, you'll get a lot of footage, but you really won't do anything with that footage. Now, if you're really set on getting an action camera, check out my last video on 360 cameras. I think those are a better alternative for most people. Special thanks and shout out to Ash. I'll link her channel in the description below, so check out her channel, but she just hit 1K subscribers, so congratulations. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, consider subscribing. Until the next one, see ya.